Okay, for the sake of conversation, let's pretend we lived in a healthy society. And you as a man, you're growing slowly but surely and coming in your power. And let's pretend you want to get laid. Where the fuck are you going to get laid? Where are you going to find a girl to get laid? You're accustomed to a world where you're going to go to a bar and it's going to be some guy's daughter who's a slut who's giving sex away for free. But if this was a sane society, that girl wouldn't go to a bar and get drunk and have sex with you randomly. She would never give the most precious thing in the world to an idiot who hasn't deserved such a thing. So where would you get laid? Technically, you would not get laid unless you would go see a prostitute. So the subject of a prostitute is another subject I don't want to get into right now. So the point is, if we live in a sane world, as a man, you would have to grow within the community and show your valor, show that you're sincere, show that you're committed, show that you have a direction, show that you're growing, that you're able to work with men, that you're able to provide something of value to society. And upon reaching a certain level of, okay, this is a good crop, it's grown, it's working, then you could potentially be matched with a woman because the father of that woman would say, this is a good guy, I like him. This can, if we join forces with these families or we join forces with this guy, it's good for everybody, everybody wins. Otherwise, how would you ever get laid? Right, this is with the manosphere apparently, right? So men are like, this is territorial, this is my zone, these are my children, I take care of what's my own, right? And let's pretend that we're healthy men and we have healthy wives, right? Our daughters are going to be sluts? Of course not. They're not going to know what has value? Of course they are. They're not going to be in sororities where the cultivation of true womanhood is grown? Right, they're going to just waste it. Use Hasidic Jews as an example. This is just not to say that this is perfect, but it gives you, those of you have a sense of what, you're an Hasidic Jew, you can get laid with a random girl. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. Now, I'm not saying this is perfect. I'm just saying, but you understand what I mean. Where are you going to get laid? The community doesn't allow that because we want you to grow into your power of man, and we are cultivating women to become true women who are going to be able to bear powerful, intelligent children. And the women, especially in the Hasidic communities, they're all tuned into this. They understand this. This is part of their culture. They understand. We're here to grow children. And we need to be healthy, strong, intelligent, mature, proper, and capable of running a household. So, yeah, a cute guy is a cute guy. This is irrelevant. It is a cute guy. So where will the Hasidic Jew get laid? Let's pretend he wanted, he's going to go out of the community and go meet a white girl, a slut. That's the only place where he's going to find a woman who's stupid enough to give him what's most precious for free, or nearly free. So let's come back to what I was saying. Let's presume that we lived in a sane society where we actually value manhood, womanhood, nature, the purpose of life, the purpose of the sacred covenant in regards to nature and dharma and something greater. Where are you going to get laid for free? That's not going to happen. You're going to have to show your value, which means you're going to have to go in a school to learn how to be a man. And maybe in that school, there's going to be a department where you're going to meet elder women who are going to highlight where you're weak, where you're posing, where you're faking. And maybe there's going to be encounters which are organized where the young men and young women meet and have a form of dance to test each other. But this is all ritualized. There's nothing left to coincidence. It's all ritualized for only one purpose: learning, developing your strength. We're going to use now the youth energy of the female, the youth energy of the male to come together in a ritualized context so that they can bounce off of each other and see what's going on. But you're being taught, you're educated to learn how to grow in manhood, and she's educated to want to grow in womanhood. People are not looking, what does modern woman want today? Some loser guy at home that she can drool all over and can eat her shit. Because she has no interest in growing into womanhood. And what is a modern man looking for? Your average modern man. He's looking for a fix and a drug and a woman he can use to masturbate in. In a sane society, woman wants to grow in power. As we have a video, it's called Manhood Has Everything and Nothing to Do with Woman. In a sane society, woman wants to grow in her power as woman, which has nothing and everything to do with man. And man wants to grow in his power as a man, which has everything and nothing to do with woman. So all of that is understood. It's intrinsic in the culture. It's intrinsic in the growth, in your education, in your culture, in everywhere. And then ritualized contexts are going to be where we're going to bring these energies and make them meet so that they can learn what they have to learn in a proper, respectful manner. So then they can go back and see where they can improve. There's no such thing as you can go get laid like a moron with who? That's what I'm trying to say. With who? What kind of sane, proper woman would want to give what's most precious and corrupt herself to a fucking moron, a jacker, a masturbator who has no sense of up or down, considering the implications of such a gesture? When you remove the sacred out of sexuality, anything and everything goes. And this is what you see today in modern society. Men are behaving like morons. Women are behaving like morons. They have no understanding of the gesture. They have no understanding of the implication of the act. They have no understanding of what the powers that exist within their organic beings and what they're supposed to come together to generate. No idea. What you think as a guy is that you're supposed to get rich because you're a moron. The money that you worship is not real. It's an illusion. And she thinks that she wants to get status. And she wants to use you for that status. This is the world we live in. What does this have to do with sexuality in the true sense of the word? Absolutely nothing. It's corrupt. So you can't think from this point of view and try to apply it. No. It's broken. That method doesn't work. What it leads to is more trash. Dumber men who chase more material goods to impress stupider women. Isn't that what it does? And the outcome of this is that it feeds an entity that grows in power while humans become weaker and weaker by each generation. It's not even generation. Within one generation, you can see it. Right? So this is the outcome of such a behavior. The way of life is very different because there's a respect of power. Number one, respect as a man, respect your power as a man. And as a woman, there's a respect of the power. Number one, as a woman, respect your power as a woman. And of course, the young man is surrounded by men who understand the process of they've undertaken the journey of manhood at whatever stage they're at. If you're 80, you're at the age of 80 years old at that juncture in your journey of manhood. If in your 50s, in your 40s, in your 20s, and then when you're hanging out with a 5-year-old or a 7-year-old or a 12-year-old or a 15-year-old, you're transmitting the journey and what it implies, which is to grow in power, and power means responsibility and means duty. You are duty bound. And the same goes for the women. They're surrounded by proper women who respect the power of womanhood, who respect the power of the womb and want to cultivate and grow the power of the womb so that there can be a meeting between the sexes to grow a divine culture, a divine society. Divine meaning what? It's aligned with life. And our society is aligned with death, disease. So everything that we understand today is based on disease. We go to a bar and get laid. Well, who are you going to meet there? It's not that the people are not good people. I was in a bar. You were in a bar. I wasn't a bad person. I was plagued by the disease of ignorance and behaving with ignorance because I'm ignorant. The ignorance is so deep. That's why I say you're an idiot. This is me saying you're ignorant. And the woman that you're meeting is ignorant. And her parents were most likely ignorant. And your parents are ignorant. And ignorance meets, and what does ignorance do? It breeds ignorance. And look at our society. Tell me it's not breeding more ignorance. It's exponential. We in the hockey stick part. The ignorance is quickening so fast. It's amazing. It's ridiculous. So this is the world we live in. So if you stop and analyze, you're like, well, that's because everything is improper. That daughter is being raised by all these pop stars that are sluts selling products and selling whoredom. They are the puppets of the systems, the social engineers, and their goal is to corrupt the youth and man and woman. That's how you have power over people. And the people they worship, the Madonnas, I'm from an old generation, the Madonnas are there to symbolize corruption and to make it seem like empowerment to a disempowered youth. Yeah, but why is this girl thinking that's empowerment? Because her mom is unavailable, not empowered, and doesn't show something more inspiring. If there was a community of women, elder women, what would the daughter say? That's a whore. That's obvious to see. It's so obvious everybody knows. What is it that makes it that today a man thinks that A materialistic, superficial prick is the height of manhood. He has no heart, no lion heart, no service, no love. It's just barbaric, just like selfish and 100% self-centered, pretending to be a man. How could you confuse that for manhood when that's the opposite of manhood? And how is it that a woman can confuse sluttery? Once upon a time, there were people that were prostitutes. Once upon a time, I apologize, I retract that. Prostitution has never been something celebrated. This is the people who are in the most desperate conditions who resort to prostitution. How is it that the most quote-unquote demeaning job, which people who have no choice or are forced into such a labor, once upon a time has become the height of success and empowerment as a woman? What does that say? So man is insane and a woman is insane. How did they become insane? Because that's engineered. And of course the engineering is amazing because it gives you such a sensation. And the only way that works is because, well, your parents, you have no elders, you have no ancestors, you have nobody to teach you, and the woman has nobody to teach you, and that's why you're unable to discern anything. And the drug that is sold to you via TV is so sharp, it's irresistible. We've covered this in previous videos. I know my shit, don't I? That's what I gotta say. So in a sane society, the whole rules of engagement are totally different. If you're a proper father and your mother and the wife is a proper wife, or the woman with who you have children is a proper woman, really proper, not mentally because you have values. No, you're aligned. Do you understand? I can follow religious doctrines, as you can see in every religion in the world, and you're insane. No, that's not what I mean by proper. I mean there's an alignment. So you're aligned as an individual, and you are attracted and you resonate with a woman who's aligned. What do you think you're creating? Alignment. Do you think alignment seeks disalignment? Alignment knows that disalignment is suffering and pain. Alignment seeks the next level of alignment. Alignment doesn't seek disalignment. We always want more of what we are. So if I'm aligned, I want more alignment. If I'm disaligned, I want more disalignment. If I'm corrupt, I want more corruption, more drugs of what I know. So let's say you now have a sane family. Your daughter doesn't want it. He's a handsome, he's a vagabond from the street. This is the last thing I want to do is to be with such a person. Doesn't mean that there's not an appeal. It means no, never. He's vulgar, he's violent, he's unmannered. He's got no direction and his mind is psychically abusive. He's what's the word? He's self-masochist. He needs other people's pain to feel his own sexuality. I'm going to want to put that in me. And as a man who's sane, you see a woman who's just rotten. It means it's broken. You want to bury your seed in depleted soil, in acid soil. What's that going to give? If I put my power in this, all it's going to give me is headache. Because that's what she generates. She's sick. She's acid. So what's she going to generate? I now activate that power. This is a factory. Woman is a factory. I activate with my superpower that factory. What's it going to give me? Hell. That's what it's going to give you. Because that's the only thing it knows how to generate. And that's the bottom line. And that's the truth. And y'all fucking know this. Now we are in a very particular condition and situation in this time. Because everybody's fucked up. So we have to undertake a healing journey and rediscover those things live, on the spot, on the fly. And we need to renegotiate a new relationship between a man and a woman because the ideal state, whatever that is, doesn't exist anymore. But one thing is for sure, sanity sees insane. This is insane. And running away from it and doing the opposite doesn't solve the problem. One has to actually genuinely understand the nature of the beast. There's a disease. Yeah, if you want to fix it, you can't just take an aspirin or pretend it's not there or run into the opposite behavior. That doesn't solve anything. You have to understand the disease so that you can heal it. And as a man, it's going to be your job as a leader, because most women you will meet, even if they're amazing to the best of their capacity, they corrupt at some level. Because everything in humanity today is fucked. So it's going to be your job to help her reclaim her alignment. And if you don't respect the power that she has, and all you see her is as a whole, so that you can ejaculate in, or as a substance that you can consume to get fucking high off of your own delusions, how the hell are you supposed to assist her into reclaiming the womb power that she has? How are you going to even, you don't even understand what the fuck I'm saying. So how the hell is she going to come to herself? Therefore, how is she going to give birth to something worthy? It's impossible. She's sick. It's going to be your job to do that. So it starts with you, once again. So you can bitch as much as you like, and even though at a certain degree you may be correct, it's at the shallow end of the pool. As you go a little deeper, your bullshit, your victimization, it's all a lie. It's your fault. It's on you. That's all I got to say. We're good for today. Thank you. Bless up.